Hey, what's going on, everybody? So if you have a small business and you've been trying to figure out ways to mitigate your taxes, you bumped into my channel, you're gonna find out that using an S Corp rather than being taxed as a sole proprietor is one of the primary ways that you can reduce your taxes. In fact, I'd say that the three biggest tools that you can use to reduce your taxes as a small business owner are: one, to utilize an S Corp. And in that, you're gonna be taking a portion of your pay and doing what's called an owner's dividend or owner's distribution. And long story short, you don't pay the 15.3% self-employment tax on that. That's a sweet option, particularly if your business is kicking out $150,000, $200,000 and under. It's a great solution, right? But when you do that, when you become an S Corp, sure, you're gonna save some taxes. You'll also wanna look at real estate and retirement plans to save them. Those are the other three. But when you become an S Corp, you have this problem. You have this bureaucracy you have to deal with, and I hate this. In fact, one of the sneaky little things that I would say, if you poke around my channel, you're gonna find that I do coaching to CPAs. And CPAs, I always help them frame out how they can make money, and one of the main ways is to help entrepreneurs, business owners, 1099 income earners implement an S Corp, because there's bureaucracy, there's screwing around that you got to do. I have found a solution. I'm going to push this product like crazy on this channel. I'm going to push this service overtly. So I'm sorry if this comes across a little strong for those of you that are accountants and whatnot. I'm sorry, but here's why I want to push this, because there is a one-stop shop solution that's super inexpensive when compared to all of the other costs that you're gonna have when it comes to running your S Corp. You know, when you have an S Corp, here's the things that pop up. First of all, you have to convert to an S Corp, right? I really like LegalZoom or just talking to a local attorney if you need help creating your corporate documents associated with that. It's not a huge deal, but you need to have shareholders agreements. You have to have these meetings, board of directors, and some basic things that hardly anybody does, but you really need to be paying attention to. Once you become an S Corp, and really remember, you're an LLC taxed as either a sole prop or an S Corp, so you still have the legal protections. Being an LLC kind of stays the same, but when you become this corporation, you're no longer a sole proprietor, because you are going to be paying yourself a reasonable salary, and then you're going to take this owner's distribution. Well, in order to do this reasonable salary, you need to take a payroll, and to do a payroll, you got to have a payroll system. So here's the deal. When you start shopping around, you got Gusto Payroll, very good, inexpensive solution, ADP Paychecks. No matter where you go, there's a ton of different payroll solutions, but that's a cost that can add up big time. Whenever you're talking to a payroll company, they're talking about HR and all of these other things that there may be benefit to, but the solution I'm going to point you towards solves the payroll problem, and it also solves the bookkeeping software problem. So obviously, when you become a corporation or a company, but when you become a corporation, it's even more important that you need to do your bookkeeping. You've got to keep track of what's going on. And, you know, you can do QuickBooks, Xero. There's a number of different options out there, but you actually need the software. Well, not only do you need the software, but I think that an entrepreneur should be doing the 80-20 rule and finding the 20% activity that produces the 80% fruit and should stay focused. And I think that bookkeeping and getting your documents ready for tax season is a waste of time. I don't think you should be doing it. So not only do you need the payroll, you need the software for bookkeeping, but I think you should look at finding a bookkeeper for you, right? And to get bookkeeping and payroll and all of that done for you, if you go to Gusto, you can get a really cheap program, but then you don't get bookkeeping done for you. If you go to QuickBooks has an all-in-one business product where you get payroll and all of their bookkeeping software, and they'll run your payroll for you, and you're in for like $150 a month. But the sneaky little secret is they won't do your bookkeeping for you. So then you got to go find a QuickBooks bookkeeper, which there are a ton of them. But I tell you what, Xendoo, Xendoo, please check out the link in the description. I get paid a commission every time you buy from them, but I want you to do this. I created a tax and accounting firm before I ran Feedbackwrench, and this solution was not around. Bottom line, between about $200 and $350 a month for a small business with between 1 and 7 employees, you can get bookkeeping done for you. You get a live CPA that you can ask questions to and chat with. They're not going to come to your office, but you get to talk to them. They have an app They're going to provide bookkeeping software. They're going to do the bookkeeping for you. They're going to help you set up payroll through Xero. They do everything on Xero, Xero. But I tell RO, that was Minnesotan. I'm telling you, if you're a small business and you're looking for an all-in-one solution, when you start adding up all of the prices, you're going to find out that Xendoo is one of the strongest solutions. I think you should look at becoming a client, because not only do you get a CPA, but they will do your taxes for you, your corporate and your personal taxes. They can do catch-up bookkeeping. So this is an all-in-one thing for small business owners where they provide bookkeeping software, payroll software. They help you run your payroll. They help you do your bookkeeping for you. They do tax planning with a CPA. Whole other conversation there. You need to be in charge of bringing ideas for tax planning and tax mitigation. They do your personal tax returns. They do your corporate tax return, because remember, when you become a corporation, you have this 1120S. So check it out, Xendoo. Look at the link in the description. Again, this helps me put food in the mouth of my babies. So we'd love it if you'd help us out. But